afternoon. My name is Bill LaFond. I'm the head travel trainer at Paratransit's mobility training program. I'm the head travel trainer because I've lasted the longest there. I've been doing it about 20 years now. And the mobility training, travel training program is a free program that's offered to seniors to teach them how to use public transportation. And I'm a little bit prejudiced, but I think it's a great program that's very helpful. But I think some of you may be wondering, why should I use public transportation? So public transportation, if you use public transportation, it gives you independence. You don't have to depend on other people to take you places. A lot of times you call friends or other people and ask them to take you someplace, and they really don't feel like it, or you have to depend on their schedule, on when they can do it, not when you want to do it. So if you learn to use the public buses, you can check out the bus schedules and go when you want to go, and you can go where you want to go. Also, it saves you money. I read that California is one of the most expensive states to own a car in, for insurance, for repairs, for upkeep, and God forbid if you get a ticket, they're really expensive, so it saves you money. Um, Also, it frees up your time. As I said before, you don't have to depend on other people. They might tell you, okay, I'll be there at 1 o'clock, and it's 2 or 2:30, and they still haven't shown up. So you're just waiting on their schedule. If you learn how to use the buses, you can travel on your schedule and go where you want to go. Also, it's safer to ride public transportation than it is to drive or ride in a car. I mean, almost every day you hear about car accidents, these horrific car accidents where so many people are killed. But when was the last time you heard about a bus being in an accident or people being injured? Well, I did see on the news a couple days ago that a bus, I forget, in the city back east was hit by a car and went off course, but the people in the car were injured, the people on the bus were safe. So it's much safer to use the buses. Okay. Also, it encourages you to be healthy. Uh, I know a lot of times if you're waiting for somebody to give you a ride, you're just sitting in your apartment, waiting for them to show up, maybe getting a little bit frustrated and embarrassed. And, you know, I always eat when I'm a little bit frustrated and stuff. So this is maybe help you with healthy habits, not to eat because you're upset. Also, it gets you out of the apartment. It gives you some exercise. You have to walk from your apartment to the bus, from the bus to your destination. And also, it encourages you to go out and to meet people. I've met some really interesting people riding the buses, and some pretty wild ones too, but it's an interesting experience. It's good for you physically, for your body, because you're getting out and you're moving around. And it's good for you mentally because you're getting out, you're thinking, you're planning your schedule, you're meeting and talking to people. And as I said before, as I might have said before, it takes you places that you want to go to. You can just look up the bus schedules and it'll take you to museums, to grocery shopping, any place you want to go, and you don't have to wait for other people to take you there. So you should consider your public transportation as a key to freedom and independence. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about Paratransit's travel training program. So the program is a one-on-one travel training on how to use public transportation and something called the Smart Ride. Unfortunately, the Smart Ride doesn't operate in near here, but you can use it from light rail stations, other places, to go to destinations that you want. And we'll teach you how to do that in coordination with the buses and the light rail. So the curriculum is going to include route training. We're going to find out, ask you the one or two most important destinations that you have, and then the travel trainer will route the trips to those destinations for you. They'll find out the best and easiest way for you to go there, and then they'll accompany you on that trip to those destinations until you feel comfortable doing it on your own. Also, people, I'm sure, have more than one or two places they want to go, so we're going to teach you how to plan trips to those destinations. Also, we'll teach you different transportation resources, things that you can look up online or to use paper, the old-fashioned. I'm 76 years old, so I still using all these Google Maps and these apps is a little hard for me, but I'm great with the maps and teaching people my own age. But Cindy and Jamara, my co-trainers, young whippersnappers, so they can do it really well. They'll help you out. Also, we have a big part of the program is safety awareness. We don't want you to go out on ride the buses and have any kind of a problem. So there are resources and methods that you can use that will help keep you safe, and we're going to teach you how to do that. Also, the training is not just on Sacramento, on the Sacramento buses. It includes training in the Roseville, Yolo County, Davis. I've even done travel training as far away as Yuba City and Marysville. So we'll help you learn we'll train you on those different transit districts. And the fare during your training trip is free. We cover that. So you don't have to pay for that. And then usually at the end of the training, if you successfully complete, we'll give you a monthly sticker that lets you ride for free for 1 month. So it's a really good program, and for you, it's completely free. So as I said before, it lets you go where you want to go. Like right now, Regional Transit Go Paratransit has the vans that'll take you to hospital and doctor appointments. But that's basically, that's all that they teach. Those are the only places that they'll take you to. If you learn to ride the public buses, you can go any place the buses go, to relatives, to your friends, to recreational facilities, senior centers, shopping centers, church, restaurants. Any place you want to go, we'll train you to go to. And yeah, okay. Okay, so trip planning, as I said, that we will help you we'll route out 1 or 2 destinations for you, but the trip planning will include teaching you how to use Google Maps to plan trips on your own. Regional Transit also has a trip planner. Roseville Transit, a lot of the other transit districts have their trip planners and apps that you can use to track your buses and find out when they're coming. So back when I first started, we'd go to the bus stop and look at the schedule, and it was supposed to be there at 2 o'clock, and we were there at 5 minutes to 2, and we're there. and then it's 10 minutes after and we're wondering where the bus is. Well, now with these different apps, you can put the bus stop number in and it'll tell you it's coming, or it's coming in 2 minutes, or oh, you missed it and you got to wait a half hour for the next one. Okay, and also regional transit all the transit districts have a phone number that you can call and they'll help you plan the trip. We'll also teach you, like I said, I'm a little old-fashioned, so I like to use the route maps and the bus schedules that you can find on the buses. So we'll teach you whichever, the training will include whichever you're most comfortable with. And you can also, we'll train you also on the apps, and you can use that as a backup if you want to. So, you know, it's really helps you become an independent traveler. Okay, and then here's like the Google Maps or the old street maps, Regional Transit Trip Planner, bunch of other apps. Okay, and as I said, the Smart Ride is an on-demand transit service. So it's a little bit like Uber or a Lyft. You call them when you want to go, and then depending on how many people are using the service, it might become in 5 minutes, or you might have to wait half an hour or more. But it will pick you up at the curb in front of your address and drop you off where you want to go. And it's a lot less expensive than Uber or Lyft. For the Smart Ride, you can ride all day on a day pass if you're a senior for $3. So that's a lot. I had one trainee that was spending hundreds of dollars a month on the Uber and Lyft. Now he pays $50 a month for a monthly sticker, and he goes all over Sacramento and Yolo County. So yeah, the Smart Ride is, like I said, a ride share. So depending how many people are using it, you might have to wait a long time, and you might have to share it with somebody. You can make the reservations using a smartphone. You can download an app, which will teach you how to do, or you can just set up an account with them and call and make the reservations on the phone. Okay, and then here's there's a list of the different Smart Ride service areas, and Arden and you can Arden, Carmichael, downtown, Folsom, Gerber, Calvin, North Sacramento, Rancho Cordova, and Franklin South. All of these, they operate from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening, but only on weekdays. But they are hoping to expand that. Okay, and then just, like as I said, they only operate in a certain service area. So if, like right now, ACC area is out of their service areas. But you can take the regular bus into the service area and then reserve a trip someplace from there. And they'll pick you up at the bus stop and drop you off at your destinations. So it's another really good program. Oh, did it go? Okay. And so now I want to talk just a little bit more about the travel training program. As I said, it's one-on-one training. And what will happen is if you fill out a form or a referral, it will be assigned to a trainer. Then the trainer will call you and set up an appointment to meet and talk with you to find out your needs, where you want to go, to find out what kind of transportation you're most comfortable, if you want to use the apps or the old-fashioned way. And they'll just get to know you a little bit, so the trainer can tailor the training to you, to your needs and abilities. So, and then, as I said, After they do what they call the assessment interview, they'll route and scout the trip to one or two of your most important destinations and travel. And after they've routed and scouted that, they'll travel with you until you're comfortable using it. And then they'll also, during the trips, cover all of the things that I mentioned that's going to be in the curriculum. And also, during the assessment interview, they'll ask you to sign some consent forms. There are 3 consent forms. 2 of them are necessary and 1 is optional. The first consent form is giving the trainer permission to take you out on the streets. The second is an insurance form, which basically tells you that Paratransit has insurance that covers you if you get hurt because your trainer is negligent. I've never had a problem with that. I don't think anybody at Paratransit has. And also, if the bus gets in an accident, then we'll go after the bus company's insurance. They'll take care of that. But as I said, I've been riding the buses here before the pandemic almost every day, every weekday, and never an accident, knock on wood. Okay, and then the third optional form is a photo release form. And the photo release gives the trainer permission to take your picture, and then Paratransit might use it in a promotional brochure or something, or maybe you'll even show up in one of the pictures here on the presentation on the PowerPoint. But the main reason I like to take the picture is as a safety precaution. If we're out riding the buses and we get separated, I have that photo and I can show it to bus drivers or other people in the area, and they'll help me find you. Okay, yeah, so I've been doing this, like I said, 20 years, and it's a great program. I'm always running into people that I've trained on the buses and the light rail, and it's really great. Makes you feel good to see them out there and really enjoying themselves. Okay, so now, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Okay. Now, I taught English in Japan for 12 years, and a lot of times my students there, I'd ask them any questions, and they wouldn't ask. And finally, I asked one of the Japanese English teachers, why aren't they asking me questions? And he said, well, if they ask you a question, it means you haven't done a good job explaining the material. And you're going to lose face if they ask you questions. And I explained, that's the way that you really learn to ask questions, and it's going to help me improve teaching also. So please, any questions, ask. Makes me feel like I'm really doing my job.
How long is the training process? How long does it take to learn, typically, a route to where I want to go?
Okay, usually we try to keep it under 20 hours of training time. The assessment interview will usually last maybe an hour or so. And then the route and scout could be a little bit longer than that. But usually, if you start in 1 month and we're not too busy, you can finish the training process in a month.
Where do the trainings take place?
Oh, okay. The training will take place, like the assessment interview. Back when I started, I would be able to go to the trainee's home or apartment and interview them there. But when the pandemic hit, they changed that. So now the assessment interview has to take place in an open area like a Starbucks, or if like here at ACC in the community room. So the interview takes place there, the forms are signed, then the trainer goes out and routes and scouts the trip alone. Then the trainer will meet the trainee in front of the trainee's house, and then they'll walk and show you the best and safest pedestrian route to the closest bus stop. And then they'll ride the bus with you to your destination, help you find the best way to get from the bus stop to the store or your friend's house or whatever, and then go back with you. And yeah, so we'll drive to your house, meet you there. We can't go in, but we'll meet you there. We'll do the walk and everything. Yeah.
Do you offer group trainings?
Pardon?
Do you offer group trainings?
Oh,
Group trainings?
I can't hear.
Group trainings?
Group training, we encourage individual training, but if it's 2 or 3 people and they want to go to the same destination, we can train there to the one or 2 places, yeah.
Is it a problem if I'm in a wheelchair?
No. The buses all have a ramp, so you can go up on the ramp. And then the bus drivers are trained to help you secure your wheelchair or mobility device. Walkers, the little shopping pull carts, all of those. At the front of the bus, there's space reserved for them. Some of the transit districts, I know Roseville Transit, if you've never ridden the bus within your mobility device, they'll provide training on how to get on and off an out-of-service bus. Maybe a couple months ago in Roseville, they took an out-of-service bus, drove it to the trainees' apartment complex, and then in the parking lot, big, huge parking lot, they trained the trainee how to get on and off the bus. And they used to do it in regional transit, but I don't know what happened. They don't do that anymore. But I've observed it quite often, and even without the training, I can help. Any more questions? And nobody's asking. Yeah. That's because I'm doing such a great job. Oh, not conceited at all.
Feel free to wrap it up if you want.
Okay. Well, if you are interested in the program, you can call Paratransit. Let me just get our phone number. Oh, sorry, let me get my supervisor's phone number here. So we can, Paratransit, my supervisor's name is Alicia Brown, and her telephone number is 916-429-2009, extension 7232. Or I'll leave some, this is the referral form that you would fill out to enroll in the program. And I'll leave a bunch of them here at ACC. So if you're interested, you can sign up.
I have one last question. They said, I have no bus in my area, but they are not disabled, but a senior female, age 74. Does she qualify?
What was the question?
There was a senior who is female, age 74, but they're just asking if they are qualified for any trainings.
Oh, yeah. Any senior can qualify. They just have to be able to, there's no real limit on the training. If you're severely disabled, you have to be able to get from your home to the bus stop. But outside of that, and visual handicap, not a problem. As long as you had passed the cane training program, we can train you if you're visually handicapped.
I have a question.
Huh.
If you want to ride, go somewhere outside of your area, would you still help, like, map what buses you would have to take?
Oh, we train, like if you want to go, say, from Sacramento to Roseville, or
Well, mine will be even further. It's like, say, Santa Rosa.
no, we can
You don't
we
go
could
that far
we
out
could
either.
train you how to go to the Greyhound station or how to go to the Sac Valley Amtrak station. But yeah, we're kind of limited out. It's only on public transportation.
Okay,
That does include the light rail, though.
okay, that's fine, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for attending and listening to my presentation. And I hope I'll be training myself, Cindy, or Jamara will be training you sometime in the near future. Thank you.